Actually, I didn't expect I would be a judge of such a very international, renowned festival. And I was so lucky. My boss, thank you, boss. He gave me this chance. Actually, we have really talented people in my company, but he chose me as a judge, and it was really wonderful experience. Actually, to be honest, I would say I was so jealous because those entries. I know there were over 2,000 entries. I only reviewed a few of them. I mean, 300, maybe 50, but
That's still a lot.
That's a lot. I spent a month, totally a month. I tried to be very focusing on each case. I tried to read all the detail, and it was really very impressive moment, and I learned a lot. And while I reviewed the entries, I just come up with a really good idea, combining this idea and that idea. And actually, I did the judge with my co-workers, because I want them to learn something from other competitor outside Cheil. So it was really helpful and very insightful. I'm really grateful. This year, they changed all the categories. So this brand experience and activation was really new category. And under the category, there were so many different industry like retail, charity, non-profit, or just brand. So there are many categories. Even I don't remember, but most of them were related to just industry and brand, and B2B and B2C. And under the B2B and B2C, there were another subcategories. There are many categories. I think I would say people don't trust advertising anymore because they know the brand is talking. So recently, the most frequent word we are talking is a fandom. Fandom is fandom. Yeah. Our client and us, we try to make a fandom. Like a fan.
That I get.
Yeah, the fan is a very. It's a fandom can be made based on the mutual trust. Once I get a fan, he or she will buy my service, buy my product. So brand experience is to make a fandom because it aims at the people who will like us, like my as well as my product, my philosophy, my vision, my future. So brand experience is, I would say, is making a relationship, building a relationship and trust between brand and consumer. Right now, I'm working for a Korean K-beauty cosmetic company. There are many competitors in the market, and its target consumers in millennials, young female millennials. Actually, they are not stick to brand. If our age, our generation, we have our own preferred brand. So actually, when I go to the beauty shop, I already chose the same brand, but these young millennials, they are not they don't stick to the special brand. So it's really important to have them like us. So now I'm working with this client, beauty product client, and we do a lot of sampling in those areas where the millennial girls walk around. We go to the university, we go to the cinema.
Right.
We go to everywhere they go. Just give them just a chance to use them. So we are trying to make a relationship, try make a very happy spot. To meet them. Besides the sampling, we hire. We don't hire. Actually, I can say the hire. We just we use influencer. You know, they are not celebrity. They are not the actress, but you know, we have a very influential people. Yeah, influence culture, influence people. You know, so we work with them. So when a new product is in the market, you know, we exclusively invite them to the very prestigious place, and we have them use all the new product and encourage them to post very good posts. 80% of our activities are related to, to online. You know, in the end, it should be posted. It was supposed to be, because you know we can hold the event. We can hold the event targeting 100 or 1,000 people. We just need to invite a few people and then have them post.
And they post.
Yeah, make it go viral. As I told you, I only worked for a brand, you know, but this year I really like this one of the entries, which won gold last night, and it's one of the French discount store had this led this project. It took 5 years, you know. Yes, this discount. Can I name that? Yes, Carrefour. Carrefour is that. Yeah. We know Carrefour. You know, it's just French discount store. Actually, in Korea, you know, we had Carrefour in Korea, but they withdrew the business 10 years ago. So I actually didn't have a really good memory of the company. But you know, when I saw this campaign, you know, let me introduce the campaign a little bit. Actually, it's really it's the terminology is really difficult to say. But, you know, in Europe, in France, you know, there are some regulation to choose the right vegetable, right grain. But you know, but this is but that regulation actually didn't help people, because they are not allowed to buy something they really liked because of this regulation. So Carrefour named black market. Black market means it's a very black market, right?
Like a secret market.
Right, secret market. But this black market campaign, under this campaign, Carrefour just broke the regulation. Just invite all the grains and vegetables in their store, and actually they break the law. But but the consumer, the buyer, really liked it. So in the end, the politician changed the rule, changed the regulation. So I like this campaign because experiential marketing changed the rule, changed the law. So now I learned that, until now, I just worked for a very delightful event, very successful event. But in the end, the marketing should change the world, in a good way, to make a better place. So that is our ultimate goal, and this campaign really taught me. So now I decide. So when I face a new project, I should think from other people's point of view, not brand point of view. If I have a brand point of view, I would make my client satisfied. But the ultimate goal is to make this world a better place. It depends on the company's philosophy, But Samsung Electronics, which is my major client, they really look for a new thing, new approach. And Samsung is now the global number one.
Yes.
They are selling billions and billions of product in the world. But now they are looking at the people. Now they are looking at the people's life, not trying to sell its product. There are many areas, this year, Samsung Electronics won the Grand Prix or gold, but they won a Grand Prix in Pyeongchang Olympic Games. Samsung's recent campaign is "Do what you can't, do what you can." Actually, this is absurd. We can do what we can't, but Samsung's philosophy saying do what you can means, you know, technology can give freedom to people, even if they are blind or even if they are very handicapped. You know, technology can help them out. You know, so that campaign means beyond just well-being. Korean have their smartphone. You know, once you take a subway, take a bus, and everyone is looking at. That is a really good question, but Samsung is trying to, and many other companies are trying to, you know, connect the people with this, you know, device. And you know, in Korea, like many other countries, Korea is very getting old. You know, the aging people are increasing, really increasing. So we will live alone in the end. You know, so they are trying to connect people. So recently Samsung announced this new concept, which is multi-device experience. That is a kind of it's very similar to connected home, but connected home means convenience, but it means a kind of helper, life helper, life assistant. You know, to make people not feel lonely. So they are trying to connect. This is my second time. I was here 2 years ago, but I can tell a little bit difference, you know, between 2 years. Asia is growing. You know, I can see a lot of Asian companies who are sponsoring this campaign. A lot of Chinese and Korean company, Japanese company even. So actually Asia is getting to the center of the world, and the gender and minority are the center of all the attention.
It's very positive.
Yeah, very positive. Because I think the growing power of women and growing Khan is reflecting those, you know, movement, those growing power of women. So until today I attended several conferences, especially, you know, discussing on the women's ability, the women's welfare, and many other, among those entries, there are many cases, especially targeting the women's, you know, home domestic violence, and, you know, Me Too campaign, and many other, sexual orientation, something like that. So I think that those minority issues came to the center. That's what I found.
Now, what do you think about the changes in media? You look there, Facebook, Google, Spotify,
Right.
they have taken over.
Right.
And consultancies. What is your impression of all of this?
I was intimidated, you know, because, you know,
Yes.
I'm so attached to my client, which is Samsung. So we should do better. You know, we should have those cabana on the beach. You know, the Western countries already occupied all the beach. So I'm so I think I'm jealous person. You know, I'm really jealous.
So we see you next year there, right?
Maybe.
It will focus on the gender, right? The power of women in our industry. I know Can is making a huge effort.
Right.
But why do you think it's difficult, especially in the creative industry? Why women are not on top of the game when they can? What do you think is stopping them? Aside from biases and all. Is there anything in their personal lives?
I have been very lucky. Actually, I didn't experience those very cases. I've been working for over 25 years in this field. But I was lucky. But you know, I was lucky. But you know, there are many cases. You know, I don't hesitate to fight. You know, the Korea country is influenced by a very long historical religion. So women should be very polite. Women should be very quiet. But you know, I think I have a very distinctive character. So I don't hesitate to fight. I don't hesitate to give my opinion. I think that pushed me to this